I'm back this time with an amazing band called Lori's. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
It's so nice to have you join me. Thank you for your time. Do you want to start off by telling everybody your name and what you do in the band?
I'm Laura, and this is
Scott.
I'm the singer.
And I'm the guitar player. I don't know why we had to do it like musical
I
chairs there.
I quite enjoyed that. It's like a proper duo. I like it. So I have to say, guys, first of all, congratulations. Last Saturday you took King Tut's in Glasgow. How was that show? Tell me all about it.
Oh, it was really, really amazing. It was our biggest headline show to date, and we worked with dancers and a VJ who did live visuals for the show.
Wow.
And yeah, we just had a really, really good time.
Yeah, I was just saying to Laura the other day, it's like the entire time since that gig, every night before I go to bed, I just check the videos of the gig to make sure that wasn't a dream, that actually happened.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. And that venue, obviously coming from Glasgow, that venue is so iconic. It's like a legacy of the city. So does it feel like a huge milestone to have a headline show there, or does it feel more like a stepping stone into what's next for you guys?
For me, it really feels like a milestone and a full circle as well, because I moved to Glasgow 8 years ago now, and I played King Tut's for the first time 2019. So it was such an amazing experience to headline.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
totally. Like we've been I mean like I've been growing up in the kind of the Central Belt scene for since I was like 13 or 14, so like that's always been like on the list of things. So like it was just absolutely surreal. It just didn't feel real when we were doing it.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. Okay, and another congratulations because last Friday you brought out an EP. So, woohoo, very exciting. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it? So, tell me, well, say what it's called. Tell me a little bit about the EP and what's your favorite track?
So our new EP, Rebirth Sequence, is out now. It's all about finding your own voice and agency and standing up for yourself. We recorded it last summer in Glasgow with a producer, George Perks, and it was really such an amazing experience. My favorite song, I have to say, Until the End, and I'm scared that it will go underrated because it doesn't have a video.
Oh,
Well, yeah, like I mean, with this EP, it felt like we were kind of trying to find what our sound was for quite a long time, and we had found like a kind of sonic world for it to live in. But I think the thing that was missing was the fact that we wanted to go a bit heavier with it this time round.
yeah.
Um, so the EP is a little bit more on the metalcore side, and we're kind of bringing in some more influence from like me and Laura love like hyperpop artists like Sophie and um another one, Charlie XCX. So like we kind of brought that in to the songwriting this time round, and we kind of just want to explore that further as we do more work.
Yeah.
Oh, and favorite track, um, probably it's probably Until the End as well. Actually, like just yeah, it's like probably the weirdest like structure wise we've ever made, and it just like we had been working on it for so long, and it just wasn't really working.
Yeah, it was the song that took us most time to like get finished, and we almost binned it. We almost binned the song because we were like we just like can't figure this out.
Yeah.
So when we actually finally like figured how it should go, it was so satisfying.
Yeah, yeah. And how do you know, like, see when you've worked on this EP, how did you know what order to put the songs in? Because when I first listened to it, well, I think it's natural as a human when you first listen to like an EP or an album, you have to like be pulled in or like gripped quite early on, particularly like even watching movies. I'm like that, you know, if I'm not hooked straight away, then I tend to sort of not feel compelled to listen to the rest or watch the rest. And I feel like the opening track on the EP with Scapegoat was just like I was like, yeah, I'm all in. I'm here for this. So
Yeah.
how did you decide like the order of the tracks for the EP?
I feel like Scapegoat was such an obvious start song because it kind of has all the elements that we have in the EP musically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like with how it's been sequenced, no pun intended, that like we thought it's basically down to how we felt it was flowing as a whole body of work.
Yeah.
There's like a concept running through the whole EP, but I think like putting it in just chronological order of that concept, I think took away some of like the pacing of it as a body of work. So it was more just like playing it over and over again in different orders and thinking, oh, the energy feels right going from front to back this way.
Yeah.
Came to it.
And earlier on, I mean, you mentioned and touched on it there, Scott, about how this is a bit more heavier, a bit more stepping into that like sort of metalcore sound. How else did the sort of creative process change compared to your last EP?
That's such a good question. Like the first EP, it was more like that I wrote the songs and then I sent to you and you like Scott made the guitars and stuff, but this time it was way more collaborative and like some songs started Scott sending me a production idea and then we like made it together to a full track. Um
Yeah, and I think we were as well, I think having Jonesy, our bassist, and Murray, our drummer,
yeah.
um, actually, weighing in more on like the structure of things, moving things around. It felt like the first EP was more kind of a project that was between me and Laura, whereas I feel like now this is like a really good picture of what the whole band together is actually like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And so this EP, it sort of leans into more this post-apocalyptic sort of aesthetic. What's inspired that shift from like cyberpunk to something a little bit more grittier?
Well, I think even like sonically, we are going like way more gritty and heavy. So in that way, it makes sense. But I just love post-apocalyptic sci-fi. Like my favorite series, like Silo, Westworld, Mad Max. It's kind of like inspired by that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw Laura that you make your own like outfits, particularly for some of your music videos. So you're so creative and nailing that aesthetic. So well done.
Thank you so much.
She made all of our outfits too.
Yeah, I made all of their outfits.
Oh, that's amazing. You do a little side hustle, get on Vinted or Etsy and get selling it. I love it. How do you actually build then these tracks that are on the EP? How did you build them from scratch? Because they're massive tracks. There's a lot of layers involved. Like, do you begin with one instrument or do you begin with just like a theme? Like how does it work?
It really depends, like, of the song.
Hmm.
Because sometimes it's more like Scott sends me a guitar riff, and then we start building
Yeah,
it that way.
yeah, it varies song to song, I would say. Like the sometimes it's sometimes like Laura's got a fully hatched idea and it's just about like layering up and bringing things out of it. And other times it's more like I'm sending the idea for the song that we build that Laura builds like the vocals around. Um so yeah, it's kind of like it just depends on what we're kind of wanting out of the song and like what inspiration we're feeling at the time, what artists we're listening to that just informs how we're making it.
Yeah. And sticking on with that theme of like what artists you're listening to. Is there any artists, and it doesn't necessarily need to be like rock or metal artists, but any artists that maybe influenced this EP in surprising ways?
Hmm, good question.
Hmm. I think like it was sort of late into writing it that we started found that we were at least on the synth side of it. There was a lot of influence from hyperpop, and it's kind of like it's something that me and Laura have always had a lot of common and like had common words. always had that in common that we like that sort of side of like the kind of pop but pushed to its extremes.
Mhm.
So like I guess like that was sort of like, oh, this is kind of feeling like if you just stripped away the guitars, this would be like a Charlie song, or it'd be like a something like that, you know?
Yeah, yeah. What about
Yeah.
you, Laura? Any other artists that you think maybe influenced the EP?
Yeah, I have a few. I was listening to a lot of Icy Stars and a band called Rivals as well. Um, so they inspired me like some of the kind of like talky vocal bits. Um, I was listening to a lot of Ash Nico as well. I don't know if that inspired any of the bits though. Maybe some of the hyper pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And earlier on you were saying about the EP, like it's all about like that self-discovery and finding your voice. So kind of a deep question, but what does that mean personally for each of you?
Well, that's Laura's cue to say you answer this first.
Yeah, eye
I'm glad.
contact.
Yeah, this is what we do.
Um, but like, yeah, I mean, for me personally, I mean, like, obviously, like the lyrical concept, it comes from Laura,
Mhm.
but for me, I think it's marked like a big turning point for all of us personally in the band, in that it's about rebirth, finding yourself again, and finding like the confidence that you've always wanted, and knowing that it was always there.
Yeah,
I think we've been seeing like while we may not be the biggest band in the world, we've seen some like things happening the past couple of years for us that have just like really ignited our confidence and enthusiasm. And for me, I think the EP just means like that's is a really good what's it snapshot in time of just like that moment we felt like, oh, this is working, like this is something we all love and we want to do for
yeah,
the foreseeable, you know.
yeah.
Oh, I love that.
So did I.
Um,
I'm getting like sort of like overwhelmed. Like that's such a lovely answer. Thank you for that.
I'm trying hard not to cry. I'm sorry.
um, for me, like our first EP, because of course, like these EPs are kind of written from the POV of this fictional universe, but they really reflect on my own life, obviously, as well. Like the first EP was so much about like kind of being lost, and like struggling with your mental health and stuff. And now this second EP is like realizing who you are and just like standing up for yourself and like finding your voice, which I really think has happened to me in my own personal life.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. So
Thank you.
on the EP, do when you were writing the songs, did you feel like any songs in particular would hit differently when you performed them live? And did that happen, like last week, for example?
Hmm. Yeah, like I think one thing I never really expected was how the song Until the End goes down live. There's like a lot of theatrical elements that we're adding to the performance of it. But we played that for the first time at Pro Weekend Fest in Spain, and we were just really blown away by the crowd reaction to it, and like we didn't think people would really get behind the kind of theatrical elements of our show in
Yeah,
that way. And I've always thought that's like a really good example of like,
Yeah.
if you want to see the kind of more theatrical side of us live, then like that's the track
yeah,
that
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah, it's way more like calm and electronic track, and we have sections where all of us go like this. And then like seeing in the audience people will start to do the
Oh,
same. So
that's
cool.
awesome.
It was so cool.
Okay, let's have a little bit of a game. So the EP you've said, it's like sort of set in this like fictional post-apocalyptic world, okay? So let's say if Lori's existed in your own post-apocalyptic world, what would each of the band members' roles be? So, for example, It could be like someone's a leader, someone's a villain. Like if it was me, I would be the little timid person just crying in the corner. Okay, so yeah, who would each of the sort of band members be in that world?
Oh, I know for sure that Jonesy, our bass player, he would probably be like, he would gather supplies, I think.
Oh yeah, he would definitely be the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be the person who dies first day.
Like I'd be like, in every post-apocalyptic film you see, there's always like a guy up the back who's just like like a really big guy who's just like really stupid, but like lovable. Like they're kind of like almost like a troll, like they've got like a big club or something. That would be me.
I would have thought that you're the person who like comforts everyone else. Okay,
Oh,
who's Murray?
well, that's really sweet. But like Murray would be I think Murray would be like a really good like hunter slash gatherer. Like, he would
Yeah.
come back with like supplies from the wasteland.
Okay, okay.
I feel like that's a really good combination. Like we've got each thing ticked. Like I'd feel pretty safe hanging out with Lori's in this world. Yeah.
I
So
would get us killed, I'm sorry.
we will hide you. What's one luxury item that you'd want to keep in this sort of post-apocalyptic world?
Ooh.
What item?
Mhm.
My laptop.
Yeah, look, like in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, they still have FL Studio. So like, but like, well, I guess if I'm the big troll guy, my club.
Yeah. Do you own a club?
No, but I need to
Oh, I
buy
need
one
to
now.
get for you one now.
Next low ratio.
Birthday
Yeah.
present.
Next low ratio is going to be real interesting.
Um,
I got ideas now.
yeah, it's already going. The creative juices are flowing. Um, which one of you would betray the group first for survival? And that could be out of all the band members.
Oh, Jonesy, our bassist. 100%.
There was no hesitation there. It's just like that's it.
I,
He's gonna survive.
I was about to say, what a difficult question.
Sorry, Jonesy.
Would you agree, Scott? Jonesy would definitely be the first one to betray for survival.
I guess so. Like,
He would be so driven to survive. Like he doesn't care about the way that he's gonna make it.
like Laura knows Jonesy way better than anyone in the band, so like I'm gonna go with her answer.
Oh no, now I feel like I've betrayed him.
Um, who's most likely to accidentally cause the apocalypse?
Ooh, who are you gonna say? Are you gonna say me?
No.
I thought that look was like I'm about to say you. Um, I
Oh
think
yeah, probably you actually. Now that you say it.
there you have it, folks.
Yeah, 100% you. Yeah, you knew it.
Yeah, I'm a very clumsy man, so
Yeah.
I'd probably
Was
trip
it?
over the nuke or something.
I think I might know who you're going to say for this one, but if Rebirth Sequence was a movie, who's the final boss?
Or if it was a movie.
Hmm
Oh, who of us is the final boss?
hmm
Oh,
Oh, well, that's obvious.
I, I think it's Laura because like the whole thing is like based around like Laura's vision. So it seems like she'd be like the omnipotent god figure that's controlling the strings.
Hey. Okay, I'll take that. I want to be the final boss.
Who is secretly the villain pretending to be the hero?
Oh, Murray.
But yeah, Murray's actually like, the sweetest, most lovely guy in the world. He's like a Labrador in human form. But after he gets a few drinks in him, oh my God.
Yes.
We're not going to go into detail, but like, oh my God.
He can be savage.
Yeah. Okay, and if Lorries then had to form alliances with another band in order to survive, who would you trust?
Sorry, what was that question one more time?
That's okay. So if Lowry's had to form an alliance with another band in order to survive, who would you trust?
I'd probably pick. There's a band here. I think you've interviewed them since 2000.
Oh yeah, they're great.
I
Yeah.
would form alliance
Oh
with them
yeah,
because like they're
100%.
just the loveliest dudes. I don't know how well we would survive together, but we'd have a great time.
Yeah. I'm not
Exactly.
gonna lie, I'm not sure either. Like lovely. All of you together are amazing, but together it would be interesting. I would maybe like to see this happen. Yeah, they're great. Oh, that's awesome. And talking about like since 2000, I know they featured you on the track as well. Do you feel like there is a sense of community among Glasgow bands?
Yeah, I think so. There's such a good scene right now for like our type of music, like heavier rock and metal. Like we've got such an amazing bands like since 2000, Six Wonder, New Shapes,
Yeah,
Her
Human
Picture.
Renegade.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there's a bunch of bands that are kind of like in that alt slash hard rock metal sort of space.
North Atlas.
North Atlas, that's
yeah.
another.
I've got their t-shirt. Ah.
Oh, nice. Um,
Um,
what obviously like the EPs just came out last week, but have you already started thinking like what's next?
Oh yeah, defos.
yeah, like
But we're trying to take a little like breather and
And
like
just enjoy
focus
this
on,
time. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
focus on promoting this. But of
I,
course
I'm
we're writing.
I'm just going to be honest with you right now. I feel we need to be 100% honest right now. We find it so hard to actually take a break.
Oh
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
um, like sometimes it's like we're trying to be a bit better with it and try and get the balance between like what's next, planning the next thing, but also giving us some time to have a wee reset.
yeah.
Um, the past few months have just been really intense. Like feels like our whole life's been consumed with the tour and the touch show and stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
If someone was listening to Lori's for the very first time, out of all the tracks you've released, what track would you recommend that they try out first?
I think Scapegoat for me
mm,
because it has like I feel like it has all the low race elements like the synths and catchiness, like catchy vocals and a breakdown and like a little bit of screaming and yeah, I feel like
mm.
Scapegoat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd probably say either Scapegoat or probably Knee High. Just because I feel like Knee High is like a very it's it's a very like it's the one of the more straightforward songs on the EP, but like I think if people maybe aren't into the more heavy side of us, then that would be a good gateway to think, oh, it isn't all just screams, you know?
yeah, yeah. And to wrap up my interview, I ask this for everyone that I chat to, and you did mention it when we were talking about your other EP. I'm really passionate about mental health, and I go by the nickname Sunshine Wheezy because I like to spread a little bit of sunshine wherever I go. So if you guys were to spread some sunshine, what would that be? You know, it could be a word of advice, a word of encouragement, just a phrase. I mean, you've already said a lot of heartwarming stuff during the interview, but I'd love to just something for your fans to have a little boost maybe when things are going a bit tough for them. What would you say?
That's Laura's look again. Like,
Blocked it.
um, I would think just because of like kind of the themes running through the EP and the things that we've been talking about in that work, it's like I think if people get anything from our music, I hope it's just to be their uh, truly weird, bizarre self, and to think even if people are people may not like what you're doing at first, it's you're the trailblazer. You'll find your own path, and then before you know it, they'll be wanting to be where you are.
Yeah, love that. I love that.
Let's out your inner freak.
Ah, yeah. Oh,
That's
that's
a motivational quote.
yeah, I love it. I love it. Well, listen, Scott and Laura, thank you so much. It has been so good to chat with yous. I'm really, really excited for the future for Lori's, and I would encourage anyone who's not listened to the new EP yet, get on it. And hopefully we will see you sometime soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Thank you so
having
much.
us.
Oh, you're so welcome.